How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Nice.
Stimulate your senses.
Alright everybody, welcome back. So I figure since no one else is covering it, and rightfully so, I should probably go ahead and cover the Tornado ADV, so there's at least one video out there for it. And yeah, there's a reason people haven't really been making videos on this thing. It's in the same boat as the Tornado F.3. As far as I'm aware, the planes are literally pretty much identical. There might be one or two differences in the cockpit, but the planes, like the airframes themselves at least, were leased from the Royal Air Force, and they were originally Tornado F.3 in the first place, so they're going to be very, very similar in any case. And as you can see, this thing is an absolute brick. You cannot pull whatsoever. And in a game mode like ARB, this really, really hinders you. And then you also don't really get that good of a kit to back it up. You saw that Super Temp Sky Flash just absolutely miss him right there. He was basically flying in a straight line, and it missed. Now, you do at least get a kit of 4 AMRAAM-Ls, which is pretty competent for 11.3. They're definitely good missiles. The AMRAAM-L is one of the best IR missiles in the game. I wouldn't say it's the best anymore, at least not after the Python went ahead and took over that spot. But they are still very good, and you will get plenty of kills with them. They have alright flare resistance. They've been nerfed a lot recently, so they are most of the time going to be a 1 flare. But they have great range, and they still pull 30 Gs, which is very impressive. So you do got that going for you at least. The problem is, pretty much everything else at top tier also has AMRAAM-Ls, like for example an F-14B or an F-16, and they have much better flight performance than you do as well. The radar is also pretty alright. It recently got the new, I think it's called
Foxhunter radar.
This is the Stage 2. It had the Stage 1 before this. The F3 also got the exact same radar, so that's not going to be a major advantage of the ADV. And it's a pretty good radar set. I mean, it lets you go ahead and switch lock types while you're locked onto people, which is a really big deal for me. Like for example, if you have someone locked up with Pulse Doppler and they start to not shoot, you can just switch into your normal track mode, and then you have no issues in that case. It'll just keep on tracking. You do also get the funny radar gun sight for those of y'all who like that. Personally, I don't use it that much. I just use it in that case to demonstrate it for you. It does kind of work, but at least for me, it really messes me up. But as you can see, the flight performance is just absolutely terrible. And in a game mode where you're fighting fighters every game, because yes, I know it's an interceptor, the problem is there's nothing to intercept. I'm going to be fighting F-14s, MiG-29s, F-16s every game, and that leaves you in a really rough spot when even Gen 3s, because this is technically a Generation 4 fighter, when they all easily outperform you. It's really bad. Funnily enough, actually, if you take a look at this chart, the MiG-31 actually has a better wing loading than this thing. Now, it shouldn't be this bad. The flight performance is a little bit off from what I've been told, but it's not going to get much better. So you can sometimes cheese it a little bit, like you can see right here. I have several people chasing me, and so I go ahead and 180 for them. I have a hard time doing so, but I'm going to go ahead and start bleeding my speed, just so I can get inside of them. The wings do come forward. It doesn't really help you that much, to be honest. But you are able to go ahead and get people to overshoot, and if you're lucky, you can get a shot off. This thing used to be better when the AMRAAM wasn't a 1 flare, but you can at least sometimes get shots off just like this right here. But to be honest with you, I should not have gotten that kill. That yak should have had me dead to rights. Now, in a down tier, it is more capable. Now, it's still not the best fighter, like an MLD or an F4S will easily hand it to you, but you were at least able to get kills. When you're dealing with F5Cs, a MiG-21 SMT, there's stuff like that. The F1 that's in front of me right there, he doesn't even have flares. It's still not great. You just don't have the flight performance to back it up, but at least your kit is actually pretty viable in a down tier, because if you're not fighting those 2 planes that I mentioned, nothing else really has competent radar missiles like you do that can actually get reasonable kills in a head-on. Although I have been having some issues with real shatter. Like you saw that F5C just ate one, and I'm actually about to have an F1 eat an AMRAAM-L here in a second and just be totally fine afterwards. In any case, though, honestly, I kind of think this thing should just get AMRAAMs and go up in VR. Now, technically, the F3 is the only one that should have the AMRAAM, but I think I should just go ahead and give it to both of them. The ADV was leased from the British before the British actually went ahead and converted the Tornadoes to be compatible with the AMRAAM. But there's been plenty of cases where guys have just gone ahead and given a missile to a plane that technically couldn't carry it or technically didn't carry it in real life. So I don't think it'd be that big of a concern, especially considering it's still the exact same airframe and the exact same plane. It's just they didn't have the modification yet. The planes are still totally capable of getting that modification, so I think that'd be something to consider. They could go ahead and give the Tornadoes their AMRAAMs. They could go ahead and give the D-Viggen the AMRAAM. They could possibly add the F4F Ice for Germany as well. And they could go ahead and have a patch or two where we have, Generation 3 and really bad Generation 4 platforms that have AMRAAM. So we can go ahead and test it before we get to stuff like the Gripen, like the F-15C, like the R-77 on the SE-27 and all that. I think it'd be a pretty interesting dynamic, especially if we get some of the earlier, like really good Gen 4 fighters like the SE-27 and the F-15A that don't have their Fox 3s yet, their active radar missiles. So we could have good Generation 4 platforms that only have semi-active radar missiles, while we have worse Gen 3 platforms that do have active radar homing. I think it could be an interesting meta. We'll have to see what happens, but in any case, it's not up to me. We'll have to see. But in the meantime, this plane is just honestly pretty sad. It's not to say you can't get kills with it, but I really would not play it. I just run the Phantoms, or like in the Italian tree, for example, I'd honestly run the F-104 SASA over this thing with 4 AIM-9Ls. It just has overall superior flight performance, and it's really sad. And now to get to what most of y'all are probably here for, and that is going to be the giveaway. Now, I recently hit 5,000 subscribers, and I am so very grateful. So to show my appreciation, I want to go ahead and do a giveaway for y'all. I'm going to be giving away not just one pack like I did at 1,000 subscribers, but actually 2 packs this time, one Rank 7 and one Rank 6 pack. Now, a few caveats. I do want one of my subscribers to actually get it, not someone random, so you do have to be subscribed to my channel, and I also ask that you go ahead and comment on this video to become eligible. Whoever wins, I will be asking you in that DM to actually show me that you're subscribed and that you made your message as well. Now, number 2, you have to join my Discord. There's going to be a channel in there with a giveaway bot. All you got to do is just click on the button to enter. I believe it's going to be a reaction. You can join both of them, feel free, but if you do happen to win both, I am going to just give you the higher value one. I don't think it's fair for one person to win both giveaways. It's incredibly unlikely that'll happen, but just keep that in mind. If you do happen to win both, I'll go ahead and re-roll. That way someone else can get the chance as well. So, like I said, your choice of any pack up to either $60 or $70 on the Gaijin store, and I have to be able to gift it to you, so it's going to have to be a PC player. Unfortunately, I'm not able to gift to console players, so I really apologize for my console viewers, but there's really nothing I can do in that case. It's all down to Sony and Microsoft not allowing it. In any case, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to go ahead and subscribe and join my Discord so you'll be eligible for that giveaway, because I'm sure y'all want a pack, especially with the sorry state of these sales. They're honestly kind of pitiful. But I'll catch y'all next time, so peace, y'all.